next on Get TV.
Jeez.
The glitz, the glamour, the murder. A little crime fighting keeps a marriage fresh. Heart to Heart, coming up next, right here on Get TV.
This is an
A WDRB News alert we're following right now for the news at 11:30. Police are investigating a double homicide that has two separate scenes right now in New Albany.
This is Wave News at 3.
Thank you for joining us for Wave News at 3. I'm John Bowl in for Shannon.
New Albany, as I said before.
This is Wave News at 7.
Some intense moments playing out in New Albany today. A double murder suspect speeds away in a vehicle, crashes it, runs into a restaurant, abducts a woman, and is then shot by police as he tries to get away. Thank you for joining us here at Wave News at 7. I'm Dawn G. This all started.
This is Wave News at 7:30.
Should lawyers be allowed to carry concealed weapons in a court?
Welcome to the show. You're watching the Fox Business Network. We begin with stock.
Buenas tardes, gracias por comenzar su semana con nosotros aquí en Telemundo 44. Les saludamos Alberto Pimienta.
Feliz lunes, también le saluda Sir.
Welcome to Cheddar News Wrap. It is Monday, April.
Live from our studio in Singapore. This is BBC News. It's Newsday.
Wave, your official station for the Kentucky Derby. Now, you're watching Wave 3 News Listens Live.
And it is a celebration.
With your host, John Ramsey.
And welcome into the Tuesday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. We're going to help you protect your two most valuable assets today.
Good morning and welcome to WDRB in the morning, the new national.
Welcome back, everyone, to Today's Woman Show. I am here with Ashley Anderson, owner and operator of Athena Health and Wellness, and also executive director of Miss Black Kentucky USA. Ashley is...
Right now, this is WLKY News at 9.
If you have a handgun in your home for safety, it could backfire. Why a new study says it does more harm than good.
And egg prices are soaring ahead of the Easter holiday, but surprisingly, inflation isn't to blame. What is and how much you'll pay?
Keep the umbrellas handy. We'll see showers off and on today. I'll tell you when we could get a break from the rain.
A superfood staple opens up a new waffle company inside St. Matthew's Mall. We're live next.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WLKY News at 9.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Julie Dolan.
And I'm Carrie Grace. It is Tuesday, April 5th, and it is a day to thank your local.
Esta noche se da una cacería humana para dar con los responsables de atacar a una patrulla.
Building on our rich history in the community, celebrating the people and events that make this the great place we call home. Wave presents Wave Country with Dawn G.
Oh, and it's a good spirit, even on a Monday. Good afternoon, Wave Country. Big, huge thank you for joining.
UHAS 11's Doug Proffitt is on your side.
Good morning, Kentuckiana. It is Friday Eve. We're excited about that. The eve of Friday, almost the end of the week. I'm Eric King alongside Haley Minogue.
Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. A little bit of
you'll get the facts on WLKY Morning News. Live, local, late breaking. This is WLKY Morning News.
Hi there, good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Dolan. And I'm Carrie Grace. It's Thursday, April 7th. We are checking in with meteorologist Suzanne Horgan. She's in for Matt this morning. Suzanne, how's it looking?
You know what? Not too bad out there so far this morning. You may encounter a few patches of fog, but nothing that looks over.
This is Wave News Sunrise.
And good morning. It is Thursday, April 7th. We are almost to the weekend. We're going to get to your headlines in just a moment. I'm Shannon Kogan. Right now, let's get a check of the weather with Brian Good.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We are now.
Coming up on WHAS 11 News at noon, Quintez Brown is now in federal custody. He's the man accused of shooting at the campaign office of a mayoral candidate. We'll be at the arraignment as we learn more about those charges. Then, a restaurant owner recovering after being taken hostage Monday in New Albany.
I think, get me, little girl.
We're talking with the woman's husband about those terrifying moments. And today, Governor Andy Beshear is expected to take action on more legislation.
I think people forget that we really are talking about children here.
The vetoes he's already made on some controversial bills. Plus later, residents in South Louisville have noticed a foul odor for the last few weeks off of Crittenden Drive.
If you say leak, I say leak/dump. But it happens too often, and you guys haven't taken care of it.
How a chemical spill got into the sewer system. WHAS 11 News at noon starts right now. Quintez Brown, the man accused of a shooting at the campaign office of a mayoral candidate, is now in federal custody. Thanks for joining us.
This is WNIN Evansville, Henderson, Owensboro.
Hey there, it's Tuesday, and you are watching Current, powered by NECN. I'm Monica Medea. Thanks so much for tuning in with us. We've got Colton Bradford, Alessa Stepanova joining us right now. Hey, guys. And
de guerra.
Este es Noticiero Univisión con Jorge Ramos e Ilia Calderón.
Muy buenas tardes. El Senado de los Estados Unidos rompió una histórica barrera al confirmar a la primera
KET, where learning comes to life.
Late breaking. This is WLKY News at 5.
Very frustrating, obviously, for us as his attorneys. It's also, clearly frustrating for him and his family.
Right now on the news at 5, the man charged with trying to kill a Louisville mayoral candidate faced a federal judge today. Good Friday evening. I'm Stefan Dingle.
I'm Vicki George. Quintez Brown is in federal custody, locked up in the Grayson County Jail. Today, his
Up on WHAS 11 News at 4. Back in court, Quintez Brown hearing his federal charges for the first time. WHAS 11 political reporter Rachel Droz explaining what the mood was like behind closed doors.
Tiny Brothers employees looking to unionize on the heels of other massive union movements across the country.
Over time, my coworkers just got worn down more and more and more until they quit.
What they're demanding from the coffee company and how their management responded.
Plus, making a difference a world away, 3 organizations helping to get fresh supplies to the Ukrainian people.
There are many hospitals that have been destroyed.
What they need most and how you can help.
Then, the Academy putting down their punishment against Will Smith, what the actor's facing, and why you won't see him on an awards red carpet for years.
chilly rain and even some snow. Today felt more like December than early April.
Well, you hear that. Right now, tonight at 6, wind chills, freezing rain, sleet, and some hail, plus thunder rattling downtown at one point this afternoon. Yes, folks, it's April in Kentuckiana, and we've got one more thing to come your way. Snow showers. The weather is our big story that we're talking about right here at 6 tonight on this Friday evening. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt.
Right now.
The man accused of trying to kill a Louisville mayoral candidate says he's not guilty.
Federal officials.
Neighbors, we have way too much free content over here at Local Now. Help us out. Stream a world of free, family-friendly local news, free movies, free shows, and hundreds of free channels across all your devices. Too many free movies, too many free channels, an ocean of content. Download Local Now and help us watch all of it across all your devices. Free. Local Now. Where you are is where it's at.
Cagney and Lacey starts now, right here on Start TV.
This is WNIN Evansville, Henderson, Owensboro.
Enter now. The most trusted in tracking storms. Download the Wave Weather app. This is Wave News at 6.
We begin tonight with Louisville Metro Police identifying the man found dead on Bart.
¿Qué tal? Bienvenido a otra edición de Telemundo 44 On Top. Soy Estefano Ochoa y estas son las notas que este martes están trending. Un martes, por cierto, muy lluvioso. Y es que precisamente nuestra autoridad en el tiempo, Joseph Martínez, nos tiene pues las previsiones para las próximas horas y días hasta.
Seria advertencia a padres. Escuelas de Prince George's alertan sobre presencia de drogas en golosinas en varios planteles del distrito. Una noticia que vio primero aquí en Telemundo 44.
Golpe a su bolsillo. Fiscal demanda a empresa que le vende gasolina más de la mitad de las gasolineras de la capital. Asegura que está especulando con los precios.
Sembró el temor en alrededores del Capitolio y terminó en una jaula. Autoridades capturan a zorro que merodeaba por DC, pero antes el animalito atacó a un congresista. Comenzamos. Gracias por elegirnos para informarse en esta tarde de un martes bastante húmedo, pero cargado de información.
Noticias Telemundo con Julio Vaqueiro.
Buenas tardes. La policía de Sacramento, en California.
Daring and bombastic personality, plus exceptional craftsmanship.
Welcome to this historic day, one of the greatest games anybody has ever seen anywhere.
Major League Baseball making the decision to move the All-Star game. Lip service is not getting it done.
Such a good group of guys that, man, do we ever have fun.
How about them Cubbies?
The home run or nothing. That's right, Ernie.
Welcome back to Icons of the Ivy, presented by Miller Lite. You remember the moment when you guys were able to reunite forces as members of the Chicago.
Sunday. You saw the true youth culture for Black people.
Unsung presents the decades, the 90s.
It was just combustible, waiting to explode.
An all-new Unsung. Sunday at 9 on TV One.
I thank God for it.
This is Bloomberg Daybreak Europe. I'm Manus Cranny in Dubai. Danny Berger in London. Amazon.
You're watching WTIU, Bloomington.
WLKY News at Noon begins with breaking news.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Bayless. Right now, New York City police are searching for the person who opened fire inside a Brooklyn subway station this morning.
Cameron Hall. Daytime talk that takes on today's hottest topics.
Are you ready to just admit that you were wrong?
Stories of resilience.
Sexual violence is about power, and I want people to know that healing is possible.
Enlighten
How can you make yourself different? Because it's not just about being better.
and brighten your day.
Our first ever kindness challenge.
Cameron Hall.
Let's talk about it.
2 o'clock, Cameron Hall on WBKI.
Judge Marilyn Milliard.
What is wrong with your brain cells? Because I need them to all hold hands right now.
She calls it as she sees it.
Rachel would sneak out and not tell me what she was doing.
What business do you have having a minor who's 16 go with you instead of her parents? You're a grown man.
And takes no prisoners.
That's what a liar says. You're such a liar.
On the People's Court.
Weekdays at noon on WBKI, the CW.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm the Flash. I just knocked 30,000 times.
WBKI After Hours start with 10 o'clock Big Bang. People are...
All new on Clio TV.
I own a company called Remix Living.
From stylish interiors.
This is the stuff that gets me super excited.
To rooms that rock.
So nice.
All new decor remixed. Wednesday at 9 on Clio TV.
BBC World News and Asia Business Report.
Chinese data out today will shine a light on how its economy did in the first quarter when many of its key cities were in COVID lockdowns. Plus, the Colombo Stock Exchange halts trading for a week as the economic crisis in Sri Lanka deepens. Hello and welcome to Asia Business Report. I'm Karishma Vaswani. We begin the program for you with...
You're watching CET, on air and online.
We know you can't always stay up late to stay up to date. That's why I'm inviting you to join me tonight at 10, 9 in Illinois for an early look at the night's local scores and highlights. News 10 at 10 on My Fox 10. Coverage you can count on.
Hey Kevin is sponsored by Prospect Bank.
You're watching WCPO 9 Cincinnati.
A woman shot in the face. The charges the man accused of pulling the trigger is facing this morning. A plea for help from Kharkiv, the effort right now to help Ukrainians defend Cincinnati's sister city. And trouble during childbirth. A Cincinnati mother recovering from a rare condition. The family's message as they wait for her to recover.
This is WCPO 9 News.
Good morning, Tri-State. It is Monday, April 18th. I'm Julie O'Neill. Tax day, if you hadn't done it yet. Let's get right to meteorologist Jennifer Ketchmark. Back in the saddle. You had a nice week off, Jen?
I did. We went camping, got a lot of outdoor time in, and I ingested some pollen. So I fresh for every.
Now at 4, Elmwood Place Police left with no chief or an interim to take over in the meantime. Tonight, we're asking who's in charge. Thanks for joining us this Monday at 4. I'm Jasmine Stiles. We'll have more on that story in a bit, but first, snow. Yeah, you heard me. Snow made an appearance in the springtime.
That will do it for us today. I'm Chris Stewart. WCPO 9 News at 5 is next.
Now at 5, police officers in a Cincinnati suburb left asking who is in charge.
That's a pretty unique thing, I have to tell you. I've never quite heard of. Almost everywhere, there's always somebody willing to step up and go, I'm in charge.
It's tax day. John Matarese walks us through how to get an extension if you haven't filed yet.
After some snow this morning and more chances for rain this week, it's this high that's going to bring us to 80 degrees. My timeline's coming up.
This is WCPO 9 News.
Thank you so much for joining us here at 5 o'clock on this Monday. I'm Craig McKee.
And I'm Jasmine Stiles. Tanya has the night off. We continue our coverage in the Cincinnati suburb of Elmwood Place tonight.
Jake Sweeney Kia.
Now at 6, confusion over who's in charge.
So we'll have the full people over.
Elmwood Place Police are left without a chief. The concerns from other neighboring police departments tonight.
And you thought we were done with the precipitation. Still some rain and a little mix on the docket for tonight in my 9 first warning forecast.
Staffing struggles on top of rising costs.
You keep working, you keep doing it, you keep hanging in there, and then hope and pray that it turns around.
How one local owner is dealing with the ongoing battle of staying in business and what this could mean for the country's economic recovery.
This is WCPO 9 News.
Elmwood Place Police are asking who's in charge. The mayor confirmed today half the force includes
At mypigeonforge.com.
This is WCPO 9 News.
Now at 11, nixing a nationwide mask mandate. What it means for you on planes, trains, and buses.
A long time coming. Finally, we can breathe.
And the possible challenge it could face. Trapped in a burning building, a mother's plea for help.
Hey, please, I can't breathe. I got my kids in here.
Okay, where are they at?
They're right here in my bed.
How old are they?
2 and 3.
The heroic rescue caught on camera. Beating inflation. How to make sure your savings keep up with the rising prices. Thank you so much for joining us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Craig McKee. Tanya has the night off. First, the mask mandate for airplanes.
From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now Morning Extra.
Good morning, everybody.
Still talking about this movie.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you liked it and I offended you.
You know, I'm more familiar with it now, and I had to check Rotten Tomatoes. 37 it got. So
yes. So we're talking about Deep Water. If you're just joining us.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Good Morning Cincinnati, live on Local 12.
One of my biggest dreams is to run Boston Marathon because it's the famous marathon in the world, and I'm really excited and happy to be here.
30,000 runners ready to take to the streets in Boston.
I hope you're hungry because Greater Cincinnati Restaurant Week is upon us. Dozens of local restaurants are whipping up delicious dishes, and coming up on Local 12, I'll give you a sneak peek.
I mean, how many of us don't like the Andy Griffith Show?
Find out how the classic TV show reunited a pet bird with his family.
Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm Catherine Robinson in for Sheila.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Mayberry makes everything better. We'll get to your top stories here in just a moment.
We're talking about snow.
Day.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Good Morning Cincinnati on Star 64.
And good morning, Cincinnati. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. It is April 18th. It's kind of miserable outside. I'm John Lomax.
And I'm Catherine Robinson in for Sheila. Your top stories in just a moment. But yeah, kind of dreary when you were coming in, right?
Well, yeah, and I'm looking at the picture behind Tara right now, and it's Gotham.
Yeah, Tara's going to be our sunshine this morning because we don't have any of it outside.
I'm trying. It is a soggy mess. And not only is it soggy, it's cold. Rain on top of it. And yet.
Well, I guess we'll never know. Here are Morella and Kaya with Local 12 News live at 5.
Coming up next here live at 5, a man is brutally stabbed and a woman is charged with the crime. The harrowing 911 call as people nearby wait for help.
Today, the first steps are taken to redevelop a huge piece of land in the middle of Covington.
And a newly hatched eaglet is given a name, and it's one we here at Local 12, and I bet a lot of you at home can really, really appreciate.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
And a good evening to you on this Monday. I'm Kyle Linsky.
And I'm Morella Porter. A man is fighting for his life at UC Medical Center after being stabbed several times.
So investigators say they have his attacker, and now they're trying to figure out why he was attacked. Local 12's Chris.
Toxic vapors inside some schools. Tonight at 6.
A teenager with autism who disappeared from his family's California home nearly 3 years ago has been found.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine appears to be entering a new phase now. What Ukraine's president says is happening in the eastern part of the country.
There's a new push to provide aid to Cincinnati's sister city in Ukraine. We're going to talk to a pair of college friends that are near the war zone trying to help.
It's finally time to tear down Covington's IRS Center. What is next for this project? This is Local 12 News, live at 6. And with that, we say good evening. I'm Kyle Linsky.
And I'm Megan Mangello in for Paula. Russian forces are sparing no city in Ukraine.
Attacks today targeted many different...
On My Network TV. Local 12 News at 10. Next on Star 64.
It's really ultimately about how much leeway presidents are going to have.
President Biden's rule to force mask wearing on planes and public transit is overturned. How ditching the mask for travelers could actually impact future presidents' decisions.
And spotty showers have already mixed with some snow for some of us. How long they linger and when skies clear in the Weather Authority forecast.
A Ukrainian recipe makes its way to the tri-state tonight. See how brewmasters are using it to support Ukraine and how you can help too. The news starts now.
Breaking news alerts and weather before the first commercial. This is Local 12 News on Star 64.
Good evening. Whether to wear a mask or not at the nation's airports is a matter of confusion tonight. A federal judge.
Now at 4:30, tax day deadline. What you need to do today if you've not yet filed your taxes. And some last-minute options we'll explain.
Bengals head coach Zach Taylor is set to be awarded today for Citizen of the Year. How he scored the high honor.
And maybe you're wondering what to eat after maybe too many things on the Easter table, too many options. We have several tasty suggestions. It is Restaurant Week right here in Cincinnati. That and your forecast right now.
From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now.
Straight up at 4:30. Good morning. I'm Stefano DiPietro-Antonio, back at it on a Monday.
Yeah, I'm Dan Wells, and there could be.
I know. I don't even want to utter it. I'm going to let you.
From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now.
We begin with a live look in downtown Cincinnati. A wintry mix is moving through the tri-state, setting up a wet, cold start to the week. All right, thanks for sticking with us. I'm Chris Riva. Steve Horsemeyer, you're joining us now. So it started off a little bit of rain, turned to snow in some parts of the tri-state. It's dry now.
We had our high temperature before that rain and snow began.
I'm Matt Dolan, and I approve this message.
Always local, always now. Anytime. Download the Fox 19 Now app for your smart TV.
Good morning. The shelter is not a place for any animal.
A local animal shelter is asking for help after reaching record highs of numbers of dogs in need of adoption now.
A warming trend is on the way when temps will rise into the 80s for your plans now.
And a former Cincinnati high school football star coming home to play for the Bearcats. How he says he can elevate what Luke Fickell has built now.
From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now at 10.
Tonight at 10, another vehicle break-in is under investigation, this time at a...
From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now at 11.
Tonight at 10, another vehicle break-in is under investigation, this time at a...
Now on WLWT News 5 today, rain headed into Cincinnati and yes, some snow just outside of Indy. How close that snow line gets for the morning rush and the quick switch from winter coats to flip-flops this week.
And a startling discovery while on a walk in the woods, an Indiana man finds a child's body. What we know about the discovery and why police need your help. And today's the day. It's tax day, and you have just hours left to file. We're walking you through some last-minute tax preps and what you should do if you think you might miss this deadline. And finally, some relief. Gas prices finally dropping. This morning, we're showing you some of the best deals we've seen if you need to fill up today.
You're watching WLWT News 5 today. It's Monday, April 18th, 2022.
This is WLWT News 5 today, leading the way.
Hey, it's Monday again after an Easter weekend, of course. Meteorologist Wayne DeRico is here. I'm Colin Mayfield. Kelly has the morning off, but we'll be back later this week, hopefully when it's nicer and warmer, because today's pretty chilly.
He deserves answers. He deserves our help.
Breaking tonight, a young boy found dead in the woods over Easter weekend with no parents coming forward. Police need your help to identify him. Plus,
shock advised. Stay clear of patient.
A man collapses in the driveway and police rush to the scene. The split-second decision that saved his life. And tax season is almost over. If you're falling behind on deadline day, you're not the only one. Why it could be months before you see your return.
It's not feeling much like spring or even April today. I'll let you know how long the chill lasts.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way.
Well, it may be spring, but old man winter. I don't know why he's always old man winter, but
right.
The old guy's sticking around. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Mike Dardis.
Hi, good evening.
We had a taste of winter to start the day, and it still doesn't feel like spring. So I'll let you know when spring-like temperatures return.
Plus, we're leading the way on breaking news. A teenage boy charged with 3 killings. The new court documents outlining a pattern of alleged behavior. The update from Indiana State Police after finding a young boy's body over the weekend. Why the investigation is not revealing the answers police are desperately searching for. And Commitment 2022. Ohio U.S. Senate candidate J.D. Vance speaking with WLWT for the first time since the endorsement from former President Donald Trump. How J.D. Vance says it will reshape the closely watched race.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way.
Well, we can't seem to shake the winter weather in spring, and thanks for joining us. I'm Cherie Palello.
And I'm Mike Dardis, and that's right, some...
Buenas noches y muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos este domingo a las 11. Funcionarios hacen un llamado para que residentes se continúen realizando pruebas del COVID-19.
¡Hermosos! Y compitiendo.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Les informa Carlos Zapata. Alan y Odalis tienen el día libre. Comenzamos las noticias al mediodía con la advertencia de las autoridades de salud de la ciudad de Nueva York.
Nacional. Sin duda que el amor hace la fuerza. Ahí tienen un gran ejemplo. Sigan teniendo un feliz lunes. Es el mejor día de la semana. Que nunca falte el ánimo. Hasta mañana.
Son las 5 de la tarde. Buenas tardes y gracias por acompañarnos en su noticiero 47 Telemundo. El calendario dice que estamos en primavera.
This is ABC 15 Mornings.
War in Ukraine. Will a new round of peace talks lead to a ceasefire?
Oh, wow!
Will Smith issues an apology? What's next for the Academy Award-winning actor? The federal budget.
We still spend what we need to spend to continue to fight COVID.
What's in and what's out of the president's $5 trillion plan? Changes coming to Chase Field, and the Diamondbacks prepare for the 2022 campaign. Rain in the valley and snow up north. It's the beginning of a weather action day.
Oh, and a live look from our live drive. You just saw that just a few seconds ago. Good morning on your Tuesday. It is wet outside.
Yeah, had to say